Good morning. Welcome in our Q&A classes. Chapter number 7. The Guptas and their successor, AD 300 to 750. After the decline of Kushanas, North India witnessed the rise of the Gupta dynasty. The rulers of the dynasty were able to establish a vast empire that included almost the entire North India. The Guptas had certain material advantages that helped them to carve an empire. They operated from eastern UP and Bihar, which was very fertile. They could also exploit the iron ores of central India and Bihar to their advantages. Their period was marked by great progress in art, architecture, and literature. They ruled up circa AD 550. After their collapse were emerged various regional kingdoms in North India, South India, to witness the rise of two important kingdoms under the Chalukyas and the Pallavas respectively during AD 550 to 750. Objective: after study the lesson, you will able to understand, explain the rise of Gupta Empire and the political achievements of its rulers, describe the emergence of regional kingdoms after the decline of the Guptas, analyze the nature of the Gupta and post Gupta political structure, notify social and economic changes from AD 300 to 750, identify cultural developments with special references to art and literature, learn about the consolidation of Brahminical tradition and emergence of Puranical religion. List the development in science and technology. First is political history. The Gupta dynasty was established by Sri Gupta, who probably belonged to the Vaishya caste. He hailed from either Magd, Bihar to Prayag, eastern UP. His son uh, Ghatotkaч, who carried the title of Maharaja, appeared to some small king about whom nothing much is known. Chandragupta first. The real founder of the Gupta Empire was Chandragupta I, AD 319 to 334. The year of his successor in AD 319 marks the beginning of the Gupta era. It was henceforth used in all their records and also those of their feudatories. He took the title of the Maharaja Maharaja Jadiraja, king of kings. He married Lichavi princess Kumar Devi. This event is recorded in series of gold coins issued by Chandragupta. It appeared that this matrimonial analysis gave legitimacy, prestige, and strength to the Gupta king. Chandragupta was ruling over Magd, like Bihar, Saket, modern Ayodhya, and Prayaga, modern Allahabad, with the capital of Patliputra, modern Patna. Samudragupta. Chandragupta was succeeded by his son Samudragupta AD 335 to 375. Samudragupta followed a policy of conquest and enormity in large his kingdoms. His achievements are recorded in a long inscriptions Prahansi written in pure Sanskrit by his court of poet Harisena. The inscription is engraved on pillar at Allahabad. It enumerates the pupil and the region conquered by Samargupt. He adopted a difficult policy for different area conquered by him. In the Ganga Yamuna Doab, he followed a policy of annexation. He defeated nine uh, rulers and incorporated their kingdoms in the Gupta Empire. He then proceeded to conquer the forest kingdoms of central India, maintained as Atar Vijaya. The rulers of this tribal area were defeated and forced into survived. This area has a strategic value is continued a route to South India. It enabled Gupta to proceed to south along the eastern coast, conquering 12 kings on the way and reached as far as Kachi near Chennai. Samargupta, instead of anxiety, their kingdoms liberated and reinstated their kings on their throne. This policy of political conciliation for control and the subversions once he returned to his capital in north, so it was enough for him that these states recognized his successfully and paid his tribes a tribute and present. According to this Allahabad inscriptions, neighboring five frontier kingdoms and nine republication state of Punjab and Western India were overwhelmed by the conquer of Samargupta. They agreed to pay tribute and tax on Samarkand and obey his order without any fight. The inscription adds the Samargupta also received tribute from many kings of Southeastern Asia. It is generally believed that though he had spread in his influence over a vast area, Samargupta exercised direct administration control mainly over Indo-Gangetic Bashin. He celebrated his conquer by performing a horse sacrifice, Ashwamedha, and by issuing Ashwamedha type of coins. The coins portraying the scenes of sacrifice on the ocean. Samargupta was not only a conqueror but also a poet, a musician, and a patron, and a patron of living. His love for music is attacked by his coins that represent him as a playing on veena, um, like lute. Chandragupta II. Chandragupta was succeeded by him Chandragupta II, 8375 to 1414, also known as Chandragupta Vikramaditya. He not only extended his father empire but also consolidated his position through matrimonial alliances with other royal dynasty of her. Prabhavati was given in marriage of Rudrasena II of the Vakatata dynasty ruling in Deccan. After the death of her husband, Prabhavati ruled the territory. His recent of her minor son with the help of her father. The control of Vakata territory as reason to benefit to Chandragupta II, as he was now able to target his other enemies better. His greatest military achievement was his victory over the Shaka kings who were ruling in western India for the last 300 years. This conquered made Gupta Empire reach up to the western coast, and iron pillar inscriptions at at Mahurali in Delhi indicates that its empire include even northwestern India and Bengal. He took the title of Vikramaditya, the one of who is as powerful as his son. Chandragupta II is remembered for his patronage of art and literature. He is credited with maintaining nine luminaries Navratna in his court. The great Sanskrit poet and play playwright Kalidas was the most notable to them all. The Chinese Buddhist pilgrim Fa Hin visited India during his reign. He has left an account of the life of a people in India. The 5th century AD decline. Chandragupta II was succeeded by his son Kum, Kum, Kumragupta AD 1415 to 1455. He was able to maintain the empire built by his father, but during the latter part of his reign, there was a threat from the Hunas of Central Asia after occupying Bactria. The Hunas crossed the Hindu Kush mountain and entered India. Their first attack during his reign was repulsed by Prize Skandagupta. The Gupta, however, couldn't protect their empire for a long, and succession waves of Huna invasion made the Gupta very weak. This was one of the main factor which accelerated the distinct gradations of Gupta Empire. The inscription issued by Hunas show that by AD 1485 they had occupied eastern Malwa and a large part of central India. Punjab and Rajasthan also passed their hands. Important the first important of the central India, Punjab and Rajasthan also passed into their hands. The first important ruler of the Hunnas in India was uh, Toraman, who conquered an era stretching up to Iran near Bhopal in central India. His son Mehrukullah succeeded him AD 515. He is described in text as a tyrant and an equalist to both Yashodhara of Malwa and Narasimha Gupta Baladitya of the Gupta dynasty. Finally defeated Mihirikula, but this victory over the Hunas could not receive the Gupta Empire. Beside the Huna invasion, there was also a gradual decline in economic prosperity. It is indicated by god coins of later Gupta ruler, which have less of god content and more of or allow. We also notice a gradual disappear of coins in the post Gupta period. It led the king to make payment in the form of land rather than cash. It is evident by discovering of large scale and land grant charters donating land to brahmanas and officials. The practice of the giving land for religion and secular purposes in lieu of services rendered to the state is normally termed in feudalism. Under the practice, the doni, the one of receiver of the grant, was given the right not only to collect the taxes but also to administer that donated land. This created small and small pockets to powering, trying to successfully to expand their sphere of influences at the cost of ruling authority. The decline of the Gupta Empire resulted in the emergence of numerous ruling uh, of dynasty. Pishumbutis of Thaneshwar, Mukhras of Kannauj, and Mathukars of Valambi the emerged as a strong regional power in Dakkan and northern Tamil Nadu, respectively. Uh, Mathras. The Mathras were a tributary chief of the Gupta who established an independent kingdom in Western India. In Western India, Daruvishna II was the most important ruler of the Mathras. He was contemporary of Harshvardhana and was married to his daughter Hussein, ruling over Surakshta in Gujarat. The Mathras developed by Valambi as their capital. This city became an important center of learning. Being on Arabian Sea, it was until the middle of the 8th century when Arab attack weakened their points power. Mukukharius, the the Mukharius ruled over Kannauj city in western Uttar Pradesh, which gradually replaced Patliputra as a political center of North India. Mukherjees were also the subordinate rulers of Gupta and users of the title of Samanta. Harshvardhana, sister of Rajeshri, was married to Grihavarman Shashanka, the ruler of Bengal, Gaur, and Dev Gupta, the latter Gupta, ruled jointly, attacked Grih- Grihavardhan and killed him. The kingdom of Kannauj was the emerged with that the Pushum Pushumbutis and Harsha shifted his capital from Thaneshwar, uh, Kurukshetra to Kannauj. Pushubutes of Thaneshwar, an important ruling family to gain prominence after the fall of Gupta, was that of the Pushu Pushubute who had their capital in Thaneshwara in uh, Kuru- Kurukshetra. The dynasty became influencing with the accession of Prabhakardhan, who was able to defeat the Hunnas and strengthen his position in in the region of Punjab and Haryana after his death. His elder son Rajvardhana came to throne, but uh, treacherously killed by by Shanshakana, the king of Bengal and Bihar. Harshvardhan then ascended the throne in AD 606. He was only 16 years of age at that time. Still, he proved himself to be a great warrior and an able to administrate. We have two valuable source that are great that are through important light on the life and times of Harshvardhan 606 to 647. These are Harsha Charitra written by court poet uh, Bana Bhatta and Shiyu Ki, the travel account of the Chinese Buddhist pilgrim Hushan Tushang, who visited India during AD 629 644. After his accession, Harshvardhan united his kingdom with with that of his wider sister Rajeshwari. Sri above the shifted his capital to Kannauj and is described as the Lord of the North. Shakal Sakaltputra Pathnantha. He brought Punjab, Uttar Pradesh, Bengal, Bihar, and Orissa under his control. Harsha wanted to ruler on the bank of river Narmada. The river thus became the southern boundary of his kingdom. The death of Harsha in AD 647 was followed by a political confusion that continued up to 8th century when the Gurjara uh, Pratihars, the Rajput rulers emerged as a big force in northern India. Uh, Vakataksha, Vakatakash in peninsular India, the Vakat Kash were local power that ruled over northern Maharashtra and Vidarbha. Their history can be reconstructed on the basis of a large number of land grant charter issued to the Brahmans. Rudrasena, second of the Vakataksha family, was married to Prabhavati Gupta, the daughter of Chandragupta II of the imperial Gupta family. Culturally, the Bhaktas, a kingdom, is important because become a channel to spread Brahminical culture to South India. Chalukyas, 6th 8th century AD. The Chalukyas played a prominent role in the history of Deccan and South India for about 200 years. From the beginning of 6th century AD, they set up their kingdoms in western Deccan with capital at Vatapi, modern Badami in Karnataka. The kingdom rapidly rose to prominence during the reign of uh, Pulakestin II, AD 610 to 642. He was the greatest ruler of the uh, Chalukyas. He consolidated his authority in Maharashtra and conquered large part of Deccan. He defeated Harshvardhan in Sarka AD 630 and acquired that the title of Dakshis Pantishira, Lord of Shul. However, he himself was defeated and killed by Pallava king Nara Nrsimha. Um, it marked the beginning of a long and drawn political struggle between the AD 600 AD 642. It marked the beginning of a long drawn political structure between the Pallavas and Chalukyas that continue with ups and downs for more than 100 years. In about AD 757, their feudatories, the Rashtukata, overthrew them culturally. The period is important for the growth of art and architecture in Deccan. The Pallavas established their authority over South Andhra Pradesh and North Tamil Nadu with capital at Kachi. Kachi under them became an important temple town and a center of trade and commerce. The Pallavas rose to power during the reign of Mahendra Bhavan AD 630 and Nrsimha Varman AD 630 to 668. Throughout their reign, they were in constant conflict with Chalukyas of Vitapi in the north and Tamil kingdoms of Cholas and Pandyas in the south. Their rule in South India was replaced by the imperial Chola's culture of art and architecture in south of India. It was under the Mahabalipuram, south of Chennai, emerged as an important center of temple architecture. Administration system 300 to 750. In the Maurya period, the political authority was concentrated in the hands of the king, but the king administration was decentralized in nature. It means that feudatories, local kings, and smaller chief ruled a large part of the empire. The pompous titles such as Maharaja, Maharaja uh, Dhiraja, uh, Para Parabhatkarka, Para Parashivara, etc., were adopted by imperial Guptas. These lesser rules adorned their names with titles like Raja and Maharaja. The kingship was normally hereditary. The king was the focus of administration. Princes, minister, and advisor assisted him. The princes were also made for the vice princes, minister, and advisor assisted him. The princes were also made the viceroy of the provinces. Provinces were known as Desha, Rastra, or Bhakti, and their head was called Uparika. Uparika. The provinces were divided into a number of districts called Pradesha or Vishya. The administrative head of the Vishya was known as called Pradesha or Vaishya. The administrative head of the Vishya was known as the Vishyapati. The Vishyas were further divided into villages. The village headman called Gramadhyaksha looked after the affair of the village with the help of or village elders. The artisans and the merchants took an active part in the town administration during the Gupta period. The Gupta bureaucracy was less elaborated as compared to during the Gupta period. The Gupta bureaucracy was less elaborated as compared to during the Gupta period. The Gupta that of the Maurya, the high level of central official under the Gupta was called the uh, Kumartya. Important function like Mantri, Senapati were all recruited from that uh, cart. Administration posts were not only hereditary but often several officials were combined in the hand of the same person, as in case of Harisena, the composer of Allahabad pillar inscription of Samudragupta. He has been described as a Mahadanyaka chief judiciary officer as well as Mahashandiveshwara minister for war and peace. The ruler himself often appointed high-ranking officer, but the hereditary nature of the post must have weakened the royal control over the administration during the Gupta period, and taxes increased considerably. The tax called Bali varied from one-fourth to one-sixth of the total produce. The two new agriculture taxes that appear in Gupta inscriptions are Uparikara and Udranga. However, their exact nature is not clear. In addition, the peasant had to meet the demands of the feudatories. They also had to feed the royal army. When it passed from the villages were also subjected to forced labor visit. The digitary system the digitary system was far more developed under the Gupta rulers than in earlier times. For the first time, civil and criminal laws were clearly demarcated. Dispute connected with various type of property were considered in civil law. Elaborate laws were laid down about inherited theft and adultery fell under criminal law. The king upheld the law and tried cases with the help of Brahmins. The guide of merchant and artisan were governed by their own laws. Harsha governed his empire on the same line as did the Gupta, but during his period, the administration became more decentralized under the number of feudatory grew further. In Harsha time, the officer and the religion person were paid mainly in land. It encouraged the system of feudatory which grew much more in post-Harsha period. In the empire of Harsha, law and order doesn't appear to be well maintained. Hussein Tashang was twice robbed of all his belongings during his travel in India. On the other hand, Fahim had to face no such difficulty during Gupta period. Society. The structure of the society was undergoing a change in the Gupta period. The supercracy of Brahmins was increasing. They were getting large scale land grants not only from the rulers but from the peoples also. The land was given along with administration right and tax exemptions. There's a new class of Brahmana landlords was created supported by the king. They tended to exploit the peasant. We also notice a proliferation of caste in this period with the extension of Brahminical culture in distance and different area. A large number of tribals were assimilated in the Brahminical social structure of Varna system fold as were some foreigners such as the Hunas, while the foreigners and tribals hats were included as Castilians. The ordinary tribals were given the status of Shudras. The position of Shudras, however, improved somehow, uh, somewhat during this period. They were allowed to listen to the epics and the pronouns. They could also perform some domestic that were earlier prohibited for them. In the 7th century, Dushyantana calls Sudra as agriculturists and the Vaishya as a traders. Distinct was also made to uh, between Sudras and untouchables, the latter being treated lower in status than Sudras. The untouchables are referred as Chandals. They lived outside the village and dealt in unclean jobs such as scavenging or butchery. The Chinese travelers for him tells us that whenever they entered the town or marketplace, they would strike a piece of wood to announce their arrival so that others might not touch them and get polluted. References to slabs are found in the contemporary Dharmashastra law books. Narada mentioned 15 type of slabs. They were mainly domestic servants employed in cleaning and sweeping. The prisoners of war that bondsmen born of the slave women were all considered slave. The status of women continued to decline in Gupta period. The main reason for the subordination of women was their complete dependence on men for their livelihood. The women were not entitled in to inherit property. However, she had full right on her Stridhana, the present received by the bride at the time of her marriage. The free society, however, there is evidence of presence of sati system. The first evidence of sati immolation of widow is found in an inscription AD 510 to era in Madhya Pradesh in the Harsha Charita of Bana. The queen performed sati on the death of her husband King Prabhakar Vardhana. Even Rajyashri, sister of Harsha, was about to perform sati when Harsha received her. Economy in the period from circa 4th century to 18th century was period of great agricultural expansion. The vast area of land were brought under cultivation and improvements were made in the existing method of production to attain higher yield. One of one of the reason for it was the practice of granting lands to to Brahmans and secular officials in different areas. It helps in bringing land under the plow. The spread of knowledge regarding the use of iron plow, shear manure irrigation, and preservation of cattle wealth in backward areas also contributed to rural prosperity. It, however, brought no relief to peasants who continued to suffer a tremendous tax burden. The Gupta and post-Gupta period witnessed a comparative decline in country trade and commerce. Till AD 550, India continued to have some trade with the Eastern Roman Empire, to which exported silk and spices. Around the 6th century, the Romans learned the art of rearing silk worm. This adversely affected India foreign trade in precious commodity. The disruptions of northwestern route by the Hunas was another factor for this decline. India tried to make up the loss by carrying on trade with Southeast Asian country, but it didn't help revive the economy substantially. The loss in trade lessened the inflow of gold and silver into the country. It is confirmed by a general scarcity of gold coins after the Gupta did issue a large number of gold coins called dinars, but we notice that the gold coin of each successor Gupta ruler after Chandragupta II contained less gold, more of allow. After the Gupta, very few coins of kings of different dynasties have been found. Thus, in the absence of coinage, we can presume that a self-sufficient economic system with limited trade prevalent after the downfall of the Gupta. Literature in the Gupta period is considered as the golden age of art and literature. A huge body of religion and secular literature was compiled in this period. The two great epics, the Ramayana and the Mahabharata, were finally completed in the fourth century. The story of both epics symbolize the victory of good over evil. Both Rama and Krishna came to be considered incarnation of Vishnu. The Gupta period marks the beginning of the literature known as Purans. These texts refer to the story of Hindu gods and mention the way to please them through fast and pilgrimage. The major Purans written in this period are the Vishnu Purans, Vayu Purans, and the Mastya Purans for the worship of Shiva. Shiv Purans was written to worship the various incarnations. Vishnu are glorified in Varansa Purans, Vamana Purans, and Nrsimha Purans. They were meant for the worship by common man. Some Smith of law books were also completed in the Gupta period. One of these, Narada Smriti, threw light on the general social and economic rules and regulation of this period. This literature in Gupta period was written in Sanskrit. The greatest of all poet was Kalidas, who lived in the court of Chandragupta II in the 5th century AD. His works was very famous and have been translated in many European languages. Some of the works that he authorized are Meghadutam, Abhijan, Abhijan, Abhijan Shakuntalam, Raghu Vansha, Kumar Kumar Ashambhava, and Ritu Samhara. The notable feature of his works is that the character of higher caste speak in Sanskrit, while those of lower caste and women speak in Prakritik, and the other famous dramatic to have flourished in this period are Sudraka, writer of Mrichakartaram, and Vishyakandatta, who authored uh, Mudraksha in the 7th century. Banabhatta, the court poet of Harsha, wrote Harsh Charita, praising his patron, written in ornate style. It becomes a model for later writer. The early history of Harsha is reconstructed on the basis of this text. Another text written by him, Kadambari, Harsha too was considered to be literally monarch. He is said to have authored three plays, Darshika, Nagananda, and Ratanvani. In the South India, the period from AD 550 to 670 witnessed witnessed the growth of Bhakti literature. In Tamil, songs were composed by the Vaishnava sons, Alvars, and Shaiva sons, Nayanars, in praise of their respective goods. One of the most famous of the Alvar sons was a woman called Anandal. The Vaishnava devotional songs are later arranged in the text called Naliyara Prabandham, while those of the Savirs are preserved in the text known as Devaram. Art and literature. Um, Ancient India art was mainly inspired by religion, as in earlier times Buddhism gave a great impetus to art. In Gupta period, also a life-size image of Buddha made of copper is found from Sultanganj in Bihar. Beautiful image of Buddha were also created at Mathura and Sarnath. The finest example of Buddhist art during Gupta period are painting of Ajanta caves depicting the life of Buddha and Jataka stories. These paintings with lustrous colors have not faded even after 14th century. The Ajanta caves are now included in the list of the World Heritage Style by the UNESCO. It is for the first time in Gupta period that the temples in the form structure were constructed in North India. These temples were made in architecture style known as Nagara. Two of these temples, one made of bricks at Bitrangao in Kanpur and the other of stone in at Deogar in Jhansi, have been found in Uttar Pradesh. Here, the image of Vishnu are placed in the center of chief deity. The Gupta coins are also pieces of art. They are well designed and meticulously crafted. They carry aesthetically im- impressive and depictory of activities of the rulers. The lyrist type of gold coins issued by Samar Gupta show him playing a lute. His interest in music can be delected, from his representation. He also issued Ashmadeva, and the type of coins mentioned above in peninsular India, also worship of Vishnu and Shiva was becoming popular. The Pallava rulers constructed a stone temple in 7th and 8th century to house the image of gods. The most famous are seven Radras or temples, each made out of solid piece stone constructed by King Narasimhavarman at Mahabalipuram, 65 km from Chennai. The Pallavas also built many structure temples. One of most important among them is the Kailash Nath temple, is constructed in the 8th century. The Chalukyas of Vatapi also erected numerous uh, temples at Ahol, Badami, and Pati. The Kal, Patta the Kal has a many as 10 temples built in 7th and 8th century and Virupaksha temples. The southern style of architecture came to be known as Dravida religion. The Gupta rulers gave patronage to Bhav victim, but they were tolerant to other religion too. The Chinese pilgrims Fahin and Tusung who came to India during the reign of Chandragupta II and Harsh respectively clearly give impression that Buddha were also flourishing. Harsha through Asiva in the early life become a follower of Buddhism and a great patron of the religion. He converted an assembly at Kannauj to publicize Mahayajnism. Nalanda developed as a great center of education for Mahayana Buddhism during his time. Students from outside country also came to study in the university. According to Humes, they sung the revenue of 100 villages supported it. Bhagavatism centered on the worship of Vishnu and his incarnations. It put emphasis on bhakti, loving devotion, and ahima, non-killing of animals, rather than Vedic rituals and sacrifices. The new religion was quite liberal and assimilated the lower classes in its fold. According to Bhagavad Gita, the chief text of Bhagavatism, whenever there was a social crisis, Vishnu would appear in human form to save the people. The 10 incarnation of each one of these incarnation, the ideal of gods were housed in the temples construction in Gupta period in South India from the 7th century onward. The Tamil sons called Alvars and Nyanars popularized the concept of bhakti. Alvar sons popularized the worship of Vishnu and Nayanar sons the worship of Shiva. We also notice the spread of uh, Tantrism in India in this period. From the 5th century, the Brahmanas had started receiving land in the tribal area of Nepal, Assam, Bengal, Orissa, Central India, and Deccan. As a consequence, the tribal elements came to be assimilated in the Brahminical society. The Brahmans adopted their ritual gods and goddess. It is assimilation of Brahminical religion and tribal practices which resulted in the development of Tantrism. It doesn't believe in any caste or gender biases and admitted both women and Sudra in its rank. It put emphasis on female as a source of power and energy. The tantric concept affected Shivaism and Vishnuism as well as Buddhism and the Jainism. It resulted in introduction of worship of female deities in these religion. Uh, Science and technology. An idea of progress of science and technology in the Gupta period can be held from the important text written on this subject during this period. The most notable among them in the astronomical text called Aryabhatiyam, written by Aryabhatta in the 5th century. Aryabhatta was an astronomer and a mathematician. He, for the first time, suggested that an Earth rotates on axis and revolves around the sun and causes eclipse. He was the first to invent zero and the use of decimal system. Another scholars, Brahmishira, end of 6th century, was a greater astronomer who has written a number of books on astronomy. His work, mm, Panch Panch Siddhantika, deals with five astronomical systems. Brahmagupta, a well-known mathematician, also lived in the Gupta period. Mathulali also showed technology advancement in Gupta period in Gupta times. The bronze images of Buddha produced on a considerate scale in period are an example of advanced technology. The 23 feet high iron pillar at Mehrauli in Delhi to speaks volume of the iron technology prevailing in the Gupta period. Standing in the open, this pillar has not gathered the rust. Even after 15th century, the wondered painting of Ajanta still intact indicate, beside other things, the art of making colors during the period. What have learned? Let us briefly uh, resh- uh, recapitalize the main points of the lesson. Chandragupta first AD 319 to 334 was the real founder of Gupta Empire. Gupta were able to establish a vast empire that could exploit the iron ores of central India and Bihar, and also being very fertile land. He was succeeded by Samudragupta AD 335 to 375, the Chandragupta II AD 375 to 414, Chinese Buddhism pilgrims Hua Hin AD 404 to 411 visited India, has left, was one of the nine luminaries of Chandragupta II. Hunas from Central Asia threatened the Gupta Empire and its invasion made Guptas very weak. Subsequently, decline in economic prosperity lead to gradual decline of Gupta Empire. Harshvardhan 606 to 647, a great warrior and able to administer established kingdom in north, whose account is able to Harishchitra by his court poet Bana Bhatta. Chinese Buddhism pilgrim Hushan Tsang visited India during his time. Harsha was defeated by Pulakeshin II, Chalukya ruler of South. So, river Namada became Harsha southern boundary. Pallava rose to power in peninsular India. Tamil Bhakti literature and Dravidian style of art and architecture in South India developed during this period. Society underwent a change during Gupta period. Brahminical culture extended to distinct and different area. A large number of tribes were assimilated in the Varna system, and some foreigners like Hunas were also satisfied into Brahminical system. The status of women declined further in this period. Gupta period is a golden age of art and literature. Ramayana and Mahabharata were completed in 4th century. Purans began to be written Alvar and Manners. The South India sons composed Bhakti literature in Tamil. Nagara North in Indian temples and Southern style Dravida temples came to established in their respective regions. Ajanta caves painting depicting the life of Buddha were also created during his period. The famous Mahabalipuram Rath temples are also creation of his period. Aryabhatiya, a notable astronomical text written by Aryabhat of 5th century, stated for the first time that the earth rotates on the axis and revolves around sun. Meticulously short technology and advancement in Gupta times. Mehrauli iron pillars and bronze images of Buddha are few examples of his advancement.